So I think what started the whole process was that uh, we had been talking about it for a couple of years, but we hadn't really decided. And the house 2 doors down went up for sale, and it was sold quite quickly. So that was kind of the catalyst for our conversation and thinking about, maybe it's time for us to do this. The last of our children finally left the nest, so it was like, it's a beautiful home, it's a beautiful place, it's a beautiful location. Maybe it's time for someone else to enjoy it, and we can move on and do what we want to do. So we talked about it, and we said, okay, well, if that house sold in that short a time, maybe we should look at the person who had listed that house. And so I did. I did some research, and it was just I just found that maybe there wasn't enough experience or knowledge based on some of the comments I had read. So I went on a mission to try to find someone locally who would be able to kind of fill our need. And when I went searching, I came across Craig and Coleen's website. And one of the things that I think attracted me to that was that they're a supporter of City Kids, and that's important to me. So that was one of the things. And then their years in the business, and just some of the comments that we had read together was really important for us. And so we decided to give them a call and ask them to come and talk to us about how do we sell our house.
No, I think it was it's a shared moment. We had a lot of discussions about the people that we had, that we looked at online, and I think the comments, the testimonials, were, influential in helping us to make the right choice. And obviously, when we got to meet the two of you, that cemented the relationship, and I think we were very comfortable that it wasn't a high pressure sales opportunity, because it's not something we do often, and we look for guidance and we look for support, and that's something that both you and Coleen provided to us was, a safe environment to consider. And I think that's one of the things that I remember the most was it wasn't something that we had to make a decision there and then. It was something that, here are your options, think about it, and when you're ready, come back. And I think that really sold us. It wasn't something that I felt we needed to do right away. So when we talked about it after our first meeting, we felt very, very at 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 ease and comfortable with the two of you, and your team. And I think that's what makes a big difference for any home buyer, is it has to be the right fit.
Well, I think the initial call, even when I actually called, I think it was late on a Friday night, and Colleen actually called me back the next day, which I was kind of surprised about, because it was really just, interested. Uh, and then when we met you and Colleen, like Gerry said, it was kind of like an immediate connection, and you had a really good understanding of where we were at this point in our life, and what were some of the things that we wanted to work towards. And you really helped kind of walk us through that. Like Gerry said, these are some of your considerations, these are some of your options, and take it away and think about it. And that was really helpful for us, and I just felt very at ease.
Well, it was just your experience in that area.
Yeah.
It's not something that we even considered, was how do we advertise? How do we market? How do we stage? How do we prepare ourselves? What are some of the things that we need to consider, before we make this move? And you quite nicely laid that all out for us and explained to us kind of the process that we have to go through, and helped us to understand, what's the best showing that we can make for our own home. We know what we've done, But is that enough? Is that what people are looking for? Have we got too much? Have we not have enough? And you really put us at a, again, like Beth was saying, at ease to say, no, what you have is good. I would make some suggestions and make some recommendations, but those were decisions that we made. It wasn't something that we felt like we were forced to do.
And I think the marketing strategy, the way you explained how you approach that, and the way it would move forward at each stage, was really important. And given the current state of affairs, that was even more important to us because the thought of having so many people coming in our house during COVID, the protocols and the safety protocols that you put in place really made us feel a lot safer. I think our phones blew up.
It was really interesting because I remember talking to you about what we should expect in this market, and it kind of exceeded anything that we ever thought would happen. The number of visits, the number of offers, the value that we thought our home was worth compared to what it actually came in at was astounding. And I think that's all a testament to the relationship that we have. I know it's a market that it's driven by the market, but it's also driven by how you present your home, how you present, the area, the work that we done. How do we promote all of those kinds of things? And that happened through the marketing plan, through putting the sign up on the end of our lawn. It really did. I think it really set the stage, and it really surprised us. Thank goodness we were prepared, that you prepared us for that.
The first day the sign went up, I think there was a traffic jam on the street. Like you could tell people were driving by and they were slowing down, just looking, going, wow, they have their house for sale?
I felt kind of funny because we're looking out the window. They're looking at us, we're looking at them. Or it was actually kind of funny because maybe I didn't realize that there were pamphlets on the sign. So when people stop and get out, I thought they were coming to greet me. So I would walk towards them. They would come to me and almost apologize to say, I'm just picking up a flyer. I thought, and I'm apologizing to them. It was hilarious. And I'm sorry. In true Canadian fashion.
It was
surreal.
Yes, that's probably a good word, surreal, because Gerry and I had talked a couple of days before that, and we had said, well, we had a lot of people through here, but I really think that if we get 3 offers, I think we'd be pretty good. And we talked about some of maybe what those offers might be, and what our decision making process would be, and discussions with you, and I just, the smile on your face when you came through the door told me, okay, maybe we're in for more than what I think.
and it was almost like a bit of a game show. Okay, number 12, number 11, number 10, and they just kept coming and coming, and I just couldn't believe that there'd be so many people that would be interested in our home and would have the kind of comments, the letters we received, the videos that we received from people who were genuine and interested, and it's kind of sad. It was almost a desperation in some cases. We've tried so hard. We love your home so much. Yeah. We would love to be part of that and to grow with our family, which was really something that once the decision was made, and the couple that were the successful couple that got the purchasers, we were so happy because it was almost like you were handing the home to someone who could really, a young family who could really use this opportunity to grow and really take advantage of everything that we developed, we grew, and that our family had. So now we're passing it on to another family. So it felt almost generational that way.
Well, I mean, I look at a couple of things, and I think, reputation is really important. Integrity, credibility,
Years of experience.
How all of that blends together, and if someone is looking for an agent, I totally would recommend Bush Realty, because the experience has been for us very good. I just can't believe it's all happened within 3 weeks, and we have more decisions to make. But yeah, and I also like the fact that you support a community organization. Whether people have value in that or not, I don't know, but I do. And when you're giving back to the community, it's not just you're selling people's homes and you're making profit off that. You're doing a community service, and you're supporting the community.
What was really nice too is that connection that we talked about earlier between ourselves and you was really about communication. And that's one of the things that I think we valued the most, was knowing what's going on. And I think that's something that potential buyers or sellers need to feel comfortable with, that their real estate agent have their back, that they were really wanting to support them and keeping them informed. I don't know how often, is appropriate, but it seemed as though in the thick of things, we knew daily what was going on.
Yeah, I like that. You would call
evening.
us at the end of the night and say, okay, well, this is what happened today, and this is where we're at. That was really, genuine and just kind of put you at ease. Like, okay, I might not know what's going on, but I know he does.
And doing your homework. I think that's something that Beth really doesn't give herself enough credit for, but really did a lot of, reviewing and looking at some of the testimonials and the comments that were from others who have used Team Bush, and I think that really helped to put us over the edge to say, okay, let's give them a call. And sometimes, like they say, all it takes is just come and meet us. Just meet us, and then you'll see.
Yeah.
And that's what we
And
found
that's what
out,
we
is
did.
that that's
Yeah.
all you need to do is meet, Coleen and Craig, and you'll see that they're the agents that care about you. They're the agents that will support you, and they'll keep you informed along the way.
Yeah.